What's up, everybody? Here we are, the after show, but later, episode number 144. It's your boys D, El Kukui, and we have had a long ass week. We hope you guys had a Andy Ruiz Jr. type of weekend. I know they'll be off. Cavino and Rich will be off on Monday, so I had to throw that out there for Cavino. But El Kukui, what's going on, man? How's your weekend? What's up?
Can't complain, man. I've been chilling, just hanging out. Did a little bowling yesterday, bro. Do you bowl
Really?
or what?
I haven't in years, but when I do, I fucking love it. But you know what? I think before anything, because I already know we're gonna get into it, we got to bring in the homie baseline Trey.
Yeah, we do.
So let's get this shit started off right. If you guys don't know, we're the only Cavino and Rich after show, and we always like to get things started with our homie, who's also a listener, Mr. Baseline Trey. Let's go.
On the road to the riches, cause it's all about the paper. Now buckle up your seats and prepare for the journey. Let the music ease your soul, grab a spliff and start burning. Relax with us and take a trip to the heavens. And come and spend a day in the 757.
What's up, everybody? Here we are, the only Cavino and Rich after show. It's your boys D, that's me, the homie right here, El Kukui. And we do this shit for you every week. We have been doing this shit for years now. So if you guys don't know, go back and listen. Check out our shit from back in the day and see how you dig it. El Kukui, you told me you went bowling this weekend. So what's up, man? How did that go?
I did, man. I'm a bowler, nice and cheap to get cheap real quick. Go in the bowling alley.
Mm-hmm.
Try not to eat all the food, which I did, and I was on good behavior this time. But
all right.
Yeah, I got down bowling. I think I bowled a 160 maybe. That's one of the things that I feel if I was in a league and I practice regularly, I'll fuck people up straight out.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. I actually did something this weekend as well. I love bowling. I haven't done it in years, but I do dig it.
Are you a straight or a curve guy?
I got a little curve to it.
Yeah. You hang left like that or what?
Yeah, and in bowling as well. So so here we go. This weekend I actually did something that I'm probably gonna make a monthly thing where I have a buddy who reached out and he was like, "Hey, do you want to have a poker night?" And I was like, "Well, I love gambling, so why not?" So
yeah,
we did that this weekend. It was pretty dope, and it was awesome, man. It was just like, I've never done like the whole Texas Hold'em fucking shit. So like for me, it was a little new, but I mean, I'm not a moron, so I picked up pretty quickly. But but it was dope. I had a lot of fun. I got to I mean, there was 5 of us, and I came in 3rd place. So I mean, not bad for a first ever Texas Hold'em, night. And then so I mean, it was all right. I had fun, but yeah, man, I just had a good time. I had a long weekend. My girl was out of town. She went out of town for her birthday / bachelorette weekend. They went to Disneyland and had their good ass time. So it was me and the kid all weekend, and yeah, it was fun. There was always shit to do. I know Cavino says he hates seeing dots on his calendar. That's kind of how I feel. Even though like I knew the poker night was gonna be dope, it was still something I was like, fuck, man, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. And for me, just to see those dots in my calendar, my hypothetical calendar, it was still kind of something that even though I know it's gonna be fun, it's still kind of like it's something I gotta do, which makes you kind of irritated.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
now I'm a last minute guy like Cavino. I like to show up. I had, matter of fact, speaking of dots on your calendar, I had 2 of the homies I used to work with. Shout out Bernie Mac and shout out Tommy B. At Save Mart. We all worked at Kingsburg together, but they became friends. I mean, they're cool ass homies.
Mm-hmm.
But they're both getting married and got a couple invites. And I'm like, yeah, like I'm gonna hook them up. I'm gonna get them a present. You know what I mean? But
yeah. I
can't confirm I'm going yet, bro. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I kind of feel you. I'm like, I don't know. I just don't like being. Maybe it's a commitment issue.
Obligation.
Exactly. I don't like to be obligated to go somewhere.
I got a theory, bro. Theory.
What is it?
Well, I'm already obligated 40 hours a week, fucking 160 hours a month on 4-week months to be somewhere as it is, right? And then I got other shit I got to do with like friends and family to begin with. So like, you start to stack it up. I'm a selfish motherfucker sometimes when it comes down to it. And I don't give a fuck if I just want to fuck around and smoke weed at home all day. I mean, I want that option. You know what I mean? I want to be able to have the option of getting a 12-pack of Corona at 11 a.m. should I feel like it because it's a Sunday morning. You got dots on the calendar and shit. It takes away those options too.
Well, think about this, Doug. I'm glad you brought up Sunday morning. And I know people in the Rich Davis world would probably think of Maroon 5, right? Sunday morning, rain is falling. But no, this next week, we have football's back, man. Aren't you freaking excited? I'm hella stoked, man. I'm excited. I just did my little fantasy draft this morning. So yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited for football just in general. Pretty soon we're gonna have basketball back. You know, it's just like the World Series will be here before you know it. I'm excited. It's a fun time in sports right now. This weekend we had Tai Tuivasa fight what is it? I can never pronounce his name. Serial Gone. That was a dope fight. We had Andy Ruiz Jr. fight Luis Ortiz. That was dope. So it's a fun time to be a sports fan right now. Definitely.
Oh, it is, bro. Check it out. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Ray
who?
Raiders. I can't wait, bro.
I can't wait.
Matter of fact, me and Tip Dog going to the home opener in Vegas. We got our tickets September 18th. So man, I can't wait for that shit neither. That'll be my first. I was season ticket holder in Oakland for 13 years, but this will be my first, because COVID kind of fucked everything up.
Of course.
So this will definitely be my first Vegas trip, and can't wait, man. Don't know if I'm getting hammered or not.
Have you seen the new Raider Stadium? Have you been out there? Have you?
Haven't been there. No, I've seen all the pictures and the visuals and the video tours online and all that good stuff. But no, have not stepped foot in that place yet. So.
I haven't stepped foot in it, but I remember right before it opened, I drove by it with my father-in-law.
Oh, I've driven by, yeah.
And it's dope, huh? Doesn't it? It looks mean. It looks like futuristic and mean, and it's just dark with the dark ass tinted windows like around the building. It looks fucking badass. So.
It looks like a Star Wars shit.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. It looks super dope. So that's exciting, man. But yeah, I'm just excited. What about?
Are you buying an NFL ticket or what? Are you so gung ho? You buy the NFL ticket or what?
No, Doug. I always invite my homie Cody to come over, and then he brings Red Zone. He brings NFL ticket. He brings the other day. The other day he brought a Padres game, which was funny because my girl was actually in bed already, and she woke up and she was like, the fuck are you doing watching baseball? And I had a few dollars on it, so I was like, I like baseball. What are you talking about? And
I like baseball. You like baseball.
Yeah, she was like, shut up, motherfucker. Just went back to bed, so it was dope. But anyway, man, Covino and Rich related, actually. You know what? I feel for Covino right now because he was talking about how hard it's been for him to watch his Yankees and shit. And for me, I just like today, I go, hey, you know what? Andy Ruiz Jr. is gonna fight today. Let me it was supposed to start at 8 when I was fucking stoked. I was like, cool, 8 o'clock. Boom, when the main fight was supposed to start. Then next thing I knew, I checked my fucking app, my little betting sites, and it was like, oh yeah, it'll start at 8:30. And I was like, that throws my whole fucking evening off because I was expecting it to be on at 8.
It was our evening off, bro.
Yeah, and it fucked up our recording schedule, So then but you know what though? 8:30, boom, I threw on.
We fucking lost.
I put on Cody and there was the fight. So it sucks.
What background's he using these days?
Cody, he just a standard blue one.
He's a bodybuilder. What builder does he use?
I honestly don't know. It's just blue general. I guess
it's not a Zenon build, or what's the build?
Fuck, I don't know. I'm not that technical. I just know I followed like a YouTube video one day, and then I fucking went to some external website, and next thing I know, I'm able to watch all the shit, which makes me a little I don't feel sorry for Covino, but I'm saying like I feel bad that he's having all this trouble watching the Yankees because like tonight was the pay-per-view, the Andy Ruiz Jr. fight. I just threw on Cody and there it was, and so they had mentioned it, Spot and Rich had mentioned it. They were like, well, why don't you use Cody? And he was like, that shit don't work for me anymore. So I don't know if he did his.
Well, that's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking the questions, because mine had, I had a good one, and then he went and got a haircut and he updated his look, and then ever since then, I don't know. He didn't want to bring all his friends to the party.
That's what I'm hearing. But I did mine probably about a year ago, and
the one I think my old one is okay.
Yeah, so it's been fine for me, and that's one thing where I'm like, man, I just feel kind of I feel for you guys because for me, I did it like a year ago, And they had a little disclaimer on it, like, hey, you might have to update it by doing A, B, and C. I've never updated it, and it's been fine for me. So I dig it. I don't know what I mean. I feel for you guys, but I don't know, man. To each their own, I guess.
I'm at to fuck around and get a new one out there again. I'll just redo it and see what's up. They're always a new build. You just got to find the right one.
Yeah, it goes through some other app named Crew on like the add-ons.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what the fuck that means. If that's the build that what you're talking about, I mean, it might be. I'm not sure though. But anyway, I got to watch that shit, and I feel for you guys because when you want to watch something and you're like, even if it's something like Covino and Rich were saying, where you're paying your MLB fucking, package season bullshit, and then you can't watch it because it's blacked out in your area. So then you're having to scrounge to find your shit. And it's kind of like I remember that used to bother me before my buddy Cody used to come over. I would be trying to watch a Lakers game, and it was like, oh, like whenever I would get League Pass, it was like, okay, you got the NBA League Pass, here's your shit. I'd go to throw on a Lakers game, and it was like, oh, it's blacked out in your area. I was like, what the fuck, man? Then what's the point of me paying the fucking package League Pass bullshit? So,
But doesn't that usually mean if it's blacked out in your area, you can find it on local TV?
Probably, but for me, we typically will get the Lakers games on KCAL 9, right? But for some
KCAL 9.
For some reason, KCAL wasn't playing the game, so I couldn't watch it. And it was a mess because we're in Arizona. So it made me quote unquote hot mess. Blocked out, but it was really like fucking blacked out, So yeah, I don't know, man. But anyway, I got my homie Cody, so I'm watching all the shit right now.
Yeah, you know what, fucking Covino, I don't know if you caught it, but he said he didn't play with his toys as a kid. He just looked at them.
Yeah.
I didn't really fuck with toys neither. Like I know when I was little, I fucked with like He-Man and shit. I had some He-Man fucking figures or whatnot. But after I hit like 8 or 9, I was riding bikes and shit. I wasn't fucking with toys. Were you? How old were you when you stopped playing with toys?
The last thing I remember like toy was probably like remote control cars when I was like maybe like 9. Where you had your little fucking RC cars and shit, or they weren't even RC cars, but just a little remote control car. And one thing that Spot said that made me laugh was that he never wanted anything as a kid, because he was like the baby of like 37 siblings, right? So
he wanted treats.
So that might have been it, right? He'd rather be baking in the kitchen with his mom than wanting to play the new fucking whatever He-Man Transformers game or whatever. But I just feel like for me as a kid, it wasn't like, I feel like I wasn't like my daughter. She fucking dog every time we go to the grocery store even or whatever, she's like, hey, I want a toy. For me, it was just, I knew if we were going somewhere, you don't ask for shit,
No, fuck no.
And when you did, it was like, hey, I want an N64 for Christmas, or right. I want a new fucking bike for Christmas. And I remember like 7th grade, I got a new bike. Probably 5th grade, I got a new bike, and that was your gift or whatever for that year. And then you had your school shopping when you go buy clothes and shit. But for me, it wasn't shit every fucking day. Like I feel like kids today are asking,
or even treats. Like there's kids that every time they go to the grocery store, they need to get a fucking snack or a treat. Or dude, I'm not saying no names, but I know a couple youngsters that every time you leave the house, they ask if you could bring something back, and I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind.
That's my fucking daughter.
You're out of your mind.
100%. She'll be like, I'll be like, hey, I'll be back. I'm gonna run to Walgreens and grab some super glue. She'll be like, hey, can you bring me something back?
No, I know every time. And I think half of half of it isn't even because they want shit. They just want to see if they can get you to do shit for them.
Yeah, no shit. No, there's been times where I'm telling my daughter, I'm like, I'm not going to do that. Just because I'm leaving the house doesn't mean I need to come back with something, Mm-mm. Or she'll be like, she knows she already asked me for a toy or whatever. So she'll be like, hey, can you bring me a snack? Or hey, can you bring me a treat? Or hey, can you bring me a candy? And I'm like, it's automatic to them, like, oh, you're fucking leaving, come back with something, and I'm like,
yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, but anyway, fucking
I leave too much. Fuck that. If I fucking brought you something back every time, I'd be broke.
But you know what though, the thing is when Spot was saying, dog, I got
a Spot story too when you're done.
Well, I've been fucking having to, like, as I'm talking, I've been having to like catch myself because I've been having some Mike Tysonisms and shit as I'm talking. I'm like, Spot, and then I'm like, fuck,
just a little boy.
So I'm having to stop and then
Coming in
Really?
at
All
number
right.
one.
Exactly. I'm having some fucking Mike 525 moments. But Spot, when he said that he didn't want anything or he never wanted, to me that was peculiar because I'm like, maybe I didn't ask for anything every time my parents left the house, or if we all, went to the fucking Kmart or whatever the fuck.
Right.
But I did know when Christmas came around, I knew what I was gonna want, you know? So for
Yeah.
somebody to say that they never really wanted anything was kind of weird to me because I'm like, for real? Like you never even had like a fuck, man, I want this action figure. Oh, you know what? Those were probably the last toys I remember playing with. Maybe when I was like 9 or 10, I fucking had those little WWF fucking action figures.
Oh yeah.
Those
Rock'em
shits were
Sock'em
dope.
Robots. You ever
I
have Rock'em Sock'em
think
Robots?
no, I didn't have those.
Oh, you know what was dope? What I did like, guy, I'll tell you, is those fucking. They were like less than $1, and they came like a little ass, skinny fucking little pack and shit paper, and he made a little fucking wood plane. You can fucking dart them.
Oh, those were dope. I remember
Those were
those.
dope. I used to
Those
sell
were
those
you'd
fuckers.
fucking spin it and it had the little rubber band.
Yeah.
And then
Or I'll get the whoopee cushion and fuck people up.
damn man, those shits were fun. That was dope back in the day. But yeah, I think I actually have a videotape of my 9th or 10th birthday where I got like fucking my parents must have been buying these little action figures like throughout the year because I got like fucking 20 of them. And
Yeah.
and I thought like, you get like one or two, that'd be cool. But I got like every fucking guy there. I had like a Stone Cold, a Bret Hart, a Shawn Michaels. Like I remember The Rock. I had a Mankind, The Undertaker, all in one birthday where I was like, fuck, these motherfuckers, meaning my parents, must have planned ahead for this because this shit was dope, you know?
Yeah, hell yeah.
So, but
But
anyway,
but speaking of Spotty, man, I hit him up. Fucking, I texted him and shit about this fucking Bora Bora trip, just wondering, how long the flight was, because I'm not a big flyer, bro. I'll go do this shit because that's the only place that you can go and see nice shit is on
yeah.
the plane. But fuck, man, he said it was about a fucking 8.5 hours from LA to Tahiti, and that ain't bad, man. 8.5 hours, but I got to be nice and goose for that one.
Is that what's the longest? I know we talked about it recently, but what's the longest plane you've ever taken?
I've been on a 6-hour flight to Kauai.
Yeah, I think
And
six or 6.5 probably was my longest
you
as
know,
well.
and I think at that point you could probably do the 8, but fuck, man. But I guess it's like 20 hours travel time because you got to hop on a little commuter and fucking whatever. But hey, he's funny though because I asked him and shit. I said, "What kind of commuter is it, bro? Is it propeller? Is it the little fucking Richie Valens plane? Like, what kind of shit do you get on? And I just told him I don't like to fly and shit and fucking whatnot. And I said, hey, who's gonna fucking do the show, bro, with Javier Feets if I croak, And
Yeah.
hey, he thinks he's cute. I don't know if this was a jab at you or if it was a jab at me, but he's like, yeah, that motherfucker can't survive without you. But then it was the the crying fucking sideways face emoji shit. So I don't know I don't even know if that was a jab at you or me, bro.
Hey, who knows? It might have been a jab at both of us. I love Spotty, and I know me and
Me
Spot
too.
have a good relationship, so he might have just been breaking balls, So, but if
Yeah,
he
no, it was
wasn't,
great. No, I liked it.
if he wasn't, he could go fuck himself. But if he was, hey, what's up?
Nah, hey, he was just shit talking. It was good
Of
because
course.
fuck, we're lucky if Rich gives us a thumb or a heart.
Hey, you know what though? The thing is, we talk so much shit on here, dog. I cannot even. If Rich was to say something, or the way he kind of dismisses Cavino when Cavino talks about our show or whatever, I can't hate because we talk shit all the time. So whatever. So I'll take it.
No, for sure. But it's the only thing that I got to say about that is Rich is quick to dismiss, which he has the right. Like we don't take it personal. We'll bring it up because we shit talk, but whatever. We get it, Rich. We get it.
Yeah.
But he hates when motherfuckers dismiss him.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, definitely. I'm trying to. Oh, you know what? Actually, I did you hear the story? I missed it, but Spot had a bandage on his nose. He had a band-aid like fucking on his nose for a few days. Do you know where that came from, or did you miss that as well?
I missed it. What did he get? A job or what?
I don't know what the hell it was, but I just know I think it was Monday morning. He shows up. He's got a band-aid on his nose, and I'm pretty sure they addressed it, but I forget what it was.
Was he hitting too much Periques or what?
I don't know what it is, dog. But you know what? I can tell you one thing that made me feel dumb as shit this week, and I'll have
You agree with Rich on something?
no, I have a confession about something that not that necessarily that I didn't know what it was, even though I didn't. I never gave it any thought, but they were talking about corn dogs, right? Because they had the little black kid that was talking about corn, and he was like, I love cone. Cone is so good.
I just
Cone
seen a
is so
crazy ass one on TikTok. But
yeah.
go ahead.
Well, there was a little black kid talking about corn.
No, it was someone in Fresno talking about these Korean fried corn dogs with fucking dusted with hot Cheetos and cheese and
Well,
yeah.
this kid, he was talking about corn, and he was like, he had that little speech impediment where you can't say your R's. So he
Corn
was
like corn or like corn like people on TikTok talk
corn,
about porn.
no, corn like the corn on the cob.
All right.
So it was this old like 6, 7
Thanks
year
for
old kid.
clarifying.
He's like, I love cone. Cone is so juicy. Cone is this, cone is that. And so he was talking about corn. And so they started talking about corn dogs. And they mentioned, I think it was Rich that mentioned the fried cornbread that makes the breading on the corn dog. And I was like, I never thought about it being fried cornbread. And I was like,
Or
well,
cornmeal.
I guess that's why they call it a corn dog, right? I was
Bro.
like, that fucking, in my mind, that's just what it was fucking called. It wasn't because it had cornbread on it.
Bro.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Doug. I never,
What about a tamale? Do you know that masa has corn in it too?
of course, I've seen fucking people make it from scratch. Have you ever had fresh fucking corn, fucking ground down, fucking
From the fucking mochaheads?
Doug? My fucking, my sister's mother in law makes tamales like that. Straight up fucking, she'll get corn on the cob and then take it all off and then fucking mash all that shit. Those are some
Damn.
of the dopest tamales you could have when they're that fresh. But I knew that one, but that's just, I mean, because I'm Mexican, you know?
Mexicano.
Oh, yeah, man. But
Hey,
what else happened this week that you were?
well, I got a couple things. I'm gonna go rapid fire real quick. Fucking you see fucking Jordan fucking she loves that dog, bro, during Cavino's fucking behind the velvet rope.
Yeah.
He's making kissy sounds and all kind of shit, which I'm not hating, and that's not talking shit in no way, shape, or form because I love Chapo Jenkins my damn self. So I'm not talking shit, but she loves that dog, bro. She
Mm-hmm.
loves that little dog they got. Cavino, I think he's doing his best.
You know, it's funny because Cavino said that she had developed a little accent. Whenever she's talking to the dog, she
It's
has
like
like a
baby
southern
talk, bro.
accent. And it's funny because I could see it, it's funny, I could see that with the puppy,
Yeah,
but this dog isn't gonna get very much bigger than it is. So is she gonna carry on that accent this entire time, doing that little
maybe.
baby talk southern accent? I don't know, but oh man, but it's
She don't have a
definitely
Midwest one she don't have an Idaho accent.
I don't think so because from what I heard, it was a little oh Theo, like it was a
Oh,
little southernish, even though that was my weak ass attempt at a southern accent. But um, yeah, I don't know. There was, let me see.
she loves that dog though. She definitely loves it. Cavino, he's hanging in there.
I had
On that
something
vet,
on here
huh?
about Jordan. Let me see. I can't remember.
Jordan. But even hey,
Jordan.
but even on that velvet rope, he said he liked rap and rock growing up, and he kind of did you see the velvet rope?
I haven't watched there was, I think, like maybe two or three of them that they've done this week, and I haven't watched any of them.
Yeah, he did one about how he picked his his top five rock guys growing up who he likes and whatnot, and telling about his little story and whatnot, his background, his history, and why he's qualified to make that top five. And
Yeah,
he also talked about rap growing up and when he got certain CDs. What was your shit, man? I know you talked about it. You jumped around a lot. You like everything, huh?
I did. I went through, there were certain phases of my life. Actually, when I was really young, let me see, I was a huge Michael Jackson fan. Then maybe around fifth grade was the first time, fourth, fifth grade was the first time I heard X-Rated in Tech Nine.
Oh shit.
And then I went from that to, because I had heard it with my cousin David. We had went to buy the, what was it, the Angelic album that was the Tech Nine one. It was around that time I kind of heard a little bit of that. We were playing a lot of like, basketball here and there with, they were older than me, but then I got real into pop music. And then after that, I went
You
deep
went from
into,
X-rated to pop?
yeah, I went from X-Rated and fucking
Wow.
Tech Nine to super into pop for a couple of years. And then I went deep into Easy E
Mm-hmm.
and jumped back to Tech Nine and X-Rated, got into that shit again. Then from there went into let me see.
Lynch.
That was all around the same time. that Lynch, X-Rated, Tech Nine. That was all the kind of around the same time. Then I'm trying to think. Let me see. I didn't really deep dive into something else until it was maybe country, because at that point it was kind of like listening. Oh, actually, no, I got into Korn and Limp Bizkit and all that shit for a while. I even started listening to some classical music, probably my freshman year of high school. Then I did a deep dive into country, got into some metal for a while because me and my buddy Chris started working out, and we would fucking listen to metal. Yeah, so that was for a minute. We went metal, and then now I'm just kind of like, I mean, there was a Blink 182 phase where I was all into like the Blink 182s, the fucking kind of pop punk type of bands. So
what about the Stink 68 and a half?
Never them, but no, then there was a pretty deep dive into hip hop and shit. Just like, you know, Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, fucking NWA.
DJ Quick?
Not DJ Quick so much, but there was bits and pieces here and there where there were a few songs, but where I was like listening from start to finish albums, that was like the Dr. Dre, that was like the East Siders with Snoop Dogg. If it ain't chronic, don't blaze it up, and if it ain't a Chevy, don't raise it up, you know. So I jumped I kind of did deep dives on shit here and there, and now I think I'm just kind of pretty well rounded. I don't want to say I'm the most rounded person, but I mean, physically probably, but when it comes to music, bro. When it comes to music, I think I'm pretty well rounded, you know.
I'm not.
But
only CD I ever bought in my life that wasn't rap. I actually traded some weed for it when I was like 15, and it was a Bob Marley, one of them fold out CD, the four disc compilation ones.
Oh man, I forgot, Doug. Then I got into fucking for a while. I did get into Bob Marley and fucking Ika Mouse. Oh man, do you know Ika Mouse?
No, I know Peter Tosh.
Fucking with his bomb ding ding. But
I know CeeLo Green.
Early Sunday morning, it was a big ganja smuggling. He talks about the feds like raiding the fucking shit, taking all the fucking ganja and shit. They smuggled all this shit, and it's so dope. Then he has let me see, what was another one? Ika Mouse had some good ass shit, I started listening to Ika Mouse probably 2006, 2007, but his shit was from like the 80s and shit. So then of course you can't forget your Night Nurse, your Gregory Isaacs, your fucking Bob Marley. So there was
Curtis Mayfield, bro. Can we give Curtis Mayfield some love? He got some slappers.
You could give him some love. I never went that route, but definitely you can. I mean, I'm not opposed to it.
Have you ever heard any Curtis Mayfield?
If you play some, maybe, but right off the bat, I can't think of anything.
Really, bro? Like, no growing up, fucking nothing?
I don't even know who Curtis Mayfield is. Is he black? Is he white? Is he fucking...
Oh, bro. Freddie's Dead, bro. You never heard Freddie's Dead?
If you could play it for me, let me hear.
All right.
I can't hear that too clear.
No.
Oh, there we go.
It is dead. That's what I said. Let the man rap a plan, said he'd send him home, but his hope wasn't wrong, and he should have known. It's hard to understand. There was love in this man. I'm sure all would agree that his misery was his woman and things. Now Freddy's dead. That's what I said.
Pusher Man? Oh, he has some jams, bro. Some player shit.
Clean, bad machine, super cool, super mean, feeling good for the man, super fly, here I stand, secret stash, heavy bread, baddest bitches in the bed, I'm your push
Bitches in the bed. You hear him? See, he was on some player shit
No,
back
Doug,
then.
I definitely could get down with that shit. I dig it. It sounds dope, but it was just something that never, I mean, came my way, Doug. You know, and it's funny because as you're playing shit, I'm starting to think of other things like lowrider oldies, dog.
Oh yeah.
Man, you
What
can't
about
be,
lighter shade of brown
of
grooving on a Sunday
course.
afternoon?
And then, dog, I fucking love me. I mean, of course, some Beatles, and then I went a deep dive into Zeppelin, went and White Stripes, and
I got a lighter shade of brown little
uh,
story.
let me hear it. I want to hear it. I'm down.
I forgot the dude's name. My homie Brendan B. Riles knows. But one of the dudes who was in lighter shade of brown, him and his baby mama had split and they had kids or whatever. And I had met her. We were out promoting the Young Savage album in Reno, me and Young Sav. And she's a stripper in the strip club in Reno, right? And she's found love, bro. She's all over me and whatnot. But I was in a relationship at the time. So I really wasn't trying to do nothing. But I had my little camcorder. So I met her the next day, interviewed her for we're going to put a DVD out back in the day. And it was the lighter shade of brown. I forgot which one again. I'll figure out for one of these episodes and I'll tell you. But it was the baby mama. And so I called my homie up and I wasn't trying to get at her. And Brendan B. Riles came in. He not only pulled her the next night, he made her his lady. And they were in a relationship for like 3 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it was a lighter shade of brown's baby mama.
Oh, man. All right. Well,
she was stripping in Reno, bro. And I like every time I hear grooving on a Sunday afternoon.
man, a lighter shade of brown, dog. That shit just reminds me of like, for me, like being a kid, like with my cousins and shit. And like around the same time, I think that I was listening to shit like that. Do you remember Skilo? I wish I was a little bit taller.
Baller. I wish I was a baller.
I wish I had a girl who looked good. I would call her. I'm like, dog, all that shit reminds me around that same time, you know, that same period. And I just feel like there's so many fucking different. Actually, I was talking to my buddy Luis. There's my, episode
weekly shout out.
My weekly shout out to Luis. But we were talking and I have so many playlists. If I have so many playlists on my shit. And he just plays his shit on random the whole time, just, whenever. He was saying he don't have any playlists. And for me, I just feel like there's certain moods. Sometimes I feel like listening to like, just like fucking, like I have a Mac Dre playlist, and then I have a Dope Dre playlist, which is like my favorite Mac Dre songs.
I'm with him though a little bit. Recently, because I got playlists too. The problem is I'm used to all that shit because it's the shit I've been listening to a million fucking times, and that's why it's in the playlist to begin with. I feel like if I keep my shit on rando and I got 30,000 songs on my shit, I can just quickly click the ones, and then boom, maybe a Scarface song I never even thought of pops up, and now I'll fucking listen to Scarface.
No, I'll definitely tell you. There's times when I do that, and he did kind of open my mind a little bit more to that. To where I have been doing that a little more recently, where if I'm not in the mood for a certain type of music, then I'll do that. And there will be shit where I'm like, oh, fuck, I haven't heard this BG song in fucking 20 years, Right. And it's like, tragedy. And I'm like, fuck, yeah.
And even speaking of that, though, like even with the Curtis Mayfield, he's got a song called Superfly. Like that's some player shit, guy. He was talking about how to be fly back then.
Or some Rick James shit, dog. Well, I used to get down with some Rick James shit. I actually got that from my mom. I got two things that my mom fucking loved when it comes to music. Rick James and Bob Marley. That was my mom shit. So
there you go.
Fuck yeah, dog. I did hard into that.
My mom, she loved the cassette tape reruns of the church service, Sunday service. She used to buy the little cassettes and listen to it later.
Be listening to some Kirk Franklin. Dog, there is even some times where
No. She listens to the sermon, bro. If it ain't the sermon, it's Fox News, and that's it, and all that fucking Rush Limbaugh. She was wild with all that.
Yeah, no, there was actually even a time, Doug, where there was hold on, no, Bubba, hold on. I'll see you right now when I'm done recording, okay? All right. Doug, there was even a time where I got into some like some gospel music, some Christian songs and shit where what happened?
I said, really?
Yeah, there was some bands. I heard a song recently. I actually I can't think of it. But literally like a week ago, I heard a Christian song that was really dope that I liked. So no,
was
Doug, I'm
that was
all
dope.
over the place. Yeah, I really dug it. But yeah, I remember, Doug, there was even some songs that were a little corny, but I dug them that were like Christian songs. They're like kind of Christian rock, where there was
Mhm.
one song that was like, everybody with your fists raised high, let me hear your battle cry tonight. And just like, yeah, Doug, that was like, it's just so random on the,
Whoa. Whoa.
you, dog, it's all back in the back of my brain. Shit that I forgot existed in my life, actually. Yeah.
Hey, did you
Some
hear
Freddie
Rich talking about his
Fender.
dad? What's that?
I said some Freddie Fender. If he
Freddie.
brings you happiness. Oh man, you remember Freddie
No
Fender.
dude is bringing me happiness, bro.
Oh no, fucking Freddie Fender's talking about his ex with some new dude, and he's singing to her before the
Fuck
next
that.
teardrop falls, or
Yeah, I don't want to. I
wasted
see.
days and wasted nights.
I just want to hit block and delete. I don't even want to think about that.
All right, yeah, I know. Sometimes though, sometimes I get in my feelings,
Getting
but
your
anyway,
feels or
what
what?
did you say? You said something about Rich or what?
He's talking about dad shoes are coming into style again. Did you hear them say that shit?
I did, dog, but I don't fucking believe that. The only reason he's saying that is because he bought those $9 Target sneakers that shrunk. You know,
He's already anticipating with his purchase of his new Nike Monarchs that fucking he's gonna be the cool kid, and I disagree.
I do too, dog. And I'm not the most stylish person. Obviously, I'm wearing a black T-shirt with the stain on it. So, but what I'm saying is like
I'm wearing a
it.
black T-shirt with no stain, but I'm in the same boat.
But what I'm saying is, dog, like obviously we what's stylish, what's not. If I'm wearing some ugly ass bulky fucking sneakers, that I'm mowing the lawn with, whatever, it's not like I'm like, yeah, these shits are fat. They're fucking coming back in style. I know
Mm-mm.
they're not. So for Rich to say that, I think he's just kind of
He's just in
making
dad mode, bro.
trying to make an argument for himself, rocking some corny
He's
ass
given
shit.
up. Rich is giving up, bro. He's doing. I haven't done that. Like as I get older, I'm still trying to be me and like the shit that I like.
Mm,
But Rich is like he's justifying throwing in the towel and not wasting money on expensive shoes and things that he doesn't deem worthy anymore, which is fine. Like that's fine. You do what you live your life, bro. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But it's like he's trying to qualify himself.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing, is that just because that's where you're at in your life doesn't mean that's the fucking style, dog. Like, can
That's
you
not the way of
imagine,
life.
Doug? Like, I have one of my best friends. His kid is just he's a freshman in high school. So you're trying to tell me that this dude is gonna fucking mob around with some bulky ass, chunky New Balances? No,
Oh.
fuck no,
But
dog.
I did like what Cavino said. If I was gonna go old school, I need some ruse so I can hide my tree. Put a
Some
little half a
rude.
blunt in each the kangaroos with the zipper. Remember they had the little zippers on the side?
They were shoes.
Yeah, they're called kangaroos. Those fuckers were tight in the early 80s. They were tight. I don't think they'd make a comeback, but
Yeah,
they were called ruse.
I don't remember those. One thing I do remember though from
Let
back
me
in
see
the
if I
day
can
was
find some shit.
those British Knights. You remember those BKs?
Oh, yeah, those are tight. They got some new ones out.
So those shits, that's something. But I chunky ass fucking dad sneakers, Doug.
No, they're
That's
tripping.
just that's just because that's where Rich is in his life, not because they're making a comeback.
No,
I
he's
don't
trying to
care.
qualify himself, bro. That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah,
Here, I'm gonna share my screen with you. Is that cool?
yeah. Go ahead.
Fuck if I can even find there we go. Yeah, he's just trying to qualify himself. That's all it is. Fucking rich. I forgot how to share screens, bro.
Let me see.
There it is. I got it.
You got it.
Cool hit his pin one too many times. These are ruse.
I don't remember those at all, but they're. I mean, I can see they're
Well,
pretty dope.
they were stoner friendly though, because they had a little pouch right there, bro. You can hide shit.
Oh, for real? They had a pocket in your shoe?
Down your shoe. You can hide your lighter, or I don't remember. There was some shit you could hide, but and they didn't have these are all the new shit with the new colors, right? I think the basic ruse from back in the day, they were like that. They were a little more simple.
Yeah, those are pretty dope. I like those ones. Those black ones
Some
with the white.
ruse, right?
Yeah, no, I sport those.
Those are swaggy like
Dog,
P
they're only
right there.
$37, $37 to $46.
All right. And they got a little, I don't know if these got the little pouch on them. These don't look like they got the pouch no more, but the old ruse had pouches.
Hey, I'd sport those, dog. They look like a mix between a fucking Cortez and a Puma.
Right?
Yeah, no, they're
Fucking
pretty dope. I like them. I like them.
some ruse. But no, I don't think shit's coming back in style. But yeah, those BKs, like you said, those actually like look kind of clean. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Dog, do you remember the fucking the shoes in like the 90s where it had the little basketball on it that you would pump?
Yeah, the pumps,
Dog, I remember those. I was like,
the
fuck.
Reebok pumps.
Dog, I had those and I remember I was like, as soon as I pump this shit, I'm gonna be able to
You
dunk
know
like
what?
Jordan.
You know what I do want? I want these, bro. Have you seen the ones with fucking Nike self lacers?
From back in the day, yeah, like the fucking Back to the Future shoes.
Yeah, no, but the ones that they got out, they got them out right now.
I don't know if I remember them right now.
Yeah,
I
let me
think
fucking.
I do remember Brendan Schaub talking about him because he's a pretty big sneakerhead. I
I'm
think
gonna
I
share my
do.
shit again.
Yeah, let me see.
These motherfuckers are dope, but they're not cheap.
Can't miss this on your desktop.
Hey, those things are
Oh, those
fucking.
are clean.
But I think the motherfuckers are like 350.
Oh yeah, they're all right. They're kind of ugly.
All right, but those are self lacers.
They're 85, $90. They'd be fucking dope. 350.
Yeah,
They're all right.
they can suck a nut for 350.
For 350, they're all right. They ain't all that. I have a question, dog. Let me kind
Or
of
a bag
shift
of
gears.
chips.
As far as I know, they were talking this week about, oh, it was because after Rich's smut party, he took his kids to Universal. When it came to roller coasters and shit as a kid, did you fuck with them? Did you dig
Oh
it?
yeah, I'd rode them all.
Doug, I remember I've learned to like roller coasters as I've gotten older, but when
Bro,
I was a kid, I fucking hated them. And
what?
I fucking
Why?
because I'm afraid of heights.
Were we on the fucking merry-go-round?
So I hated
Bro, that's
roller
like the first
coasters.
high you could get before drugs.
I
You
fuck
weren't on
that.
you weren't on that rush or
Fuck
what?
that. No, dog. I was like, I'm gonna fucking die.
Oh,
Fuck
bro.
this. I hated that shit. But I remember I had a friend that I was talking to, and his dad was telling me a story about when he was a kid, about when my friend was a kid,
I got a story too.
and he was like, dog, he was like, we took him to like Six Flags or whatever, or Disneyland or some shit. And we were like all excited because hey, we brought him fucking well, there my buddy's dad was like, we took him, from town to like LA or whatever, it's like or wherever the theme parks are, it's like 5-6 hours, right? So he's like, we took this motherfucker all this way and he did not want to ride anything. And he was
Okay.
so disappointed. So my friend's dad is like, I'm like, we brought you all this way. What the fuck? You don't want to ride anything? So what
Right.
he wanted to do was go and like take pictures of Spider-Man and shit. So hearing my friend's dad tell this story about how he looked and he was like, he saw his son mobbing around like with Superman and shit. And he was like, fuck yeah, this is exciting, He
Right.
said he was like, he thought it was the corniest shit of all time. And it makes me laugh because I'm like, nah, I think I loved going to theme parks and shit, even though I didn't really dig like the rides. Like I just
Right.
loved the environment. Like, fuck yeah, like going to Knott's Berry Farm or Six Flags as
I
a
was
kid.
dope, bro.
I thought it was fucking cool.
But you didn't fucking ever try to fucking ride the rides, bro?
I
or
rode
what?
shit. I wasn't a fan of it. I was just like, the whole time I was on it, I was like, that's it. I'm gonna fucking die. But
Really?
yeah, and I don't know if it's partially because my mom, I think, put it in my head, like, oh yeah, a kid died last week in fucking Pennsylvania riding a similar ride. So in my mind, it was kind of like every time I was getting on something like that, or if we even had like the county fair come to town, right?
Right.
My mom was like, well, these carnies just put this shit together, like, fucking 3 days ago, and now you're gonna jump on that shit. And I'll be like, oh fuck that.
I remember being like in the fucking third or fourth grade. I don't remember, fifth grade, one of them. I was little and I wasn't 4.5 feet yet or 5 feet or whatever the fucking requirement was. But I think it was like 54 inches at Magic Mountain. I remember stuffing fucking napkins in my shoes, wearing the biggest basketball shoes I had and trying to pad them motherfuckers up. So I'm sitting on like an inch of fucking paper trying to get through that ride, bro.
Yeah, there was, I think, when was it? It was probably like my junior year of high school where we had gone somewhere on a field trip where I really like, I started to dig it at that point where I was like, this shit's fun as hell. But before that, I think it was probably around that time where I put it in my head, like, hey, I'm not going to die. This shit's just going to be fun,
Yeah.
But but I don't know. Then I don't really dig it as much anymore. There was a good few, maybe probably 3 to 5 years where I really enjoyed it. But other than that, when I was a kid, I fucking hated it. And as an adult, I'm not that big of a fan of that shit.
Oh, I had the hustle 2017, 2018. Six Flags Magic Mountain here had a deal where you could use, if you bought a season ticket, you could make it in payments.
Mm-hmm.
He gave you discounts on food at the park. And on top of that, parking was free, which cost $25 a shot at the time. And it was cheap, man. I paid, so my girl August at the time, she has 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
So there was 5 of us. And I think I paid for 2 kids and she paid for 1. And it was like $15 a month, dude. And it was an unlimited pass and everybody could ride and it paid for the parking.
How far are you guys from the park?
We were 2 hours, 45 minutes away from the one in Vallejo, which didn't have the better rides. Magic Mountain.
Oh, so it was for like all of the, it wasn't just that one.
No, Vallejo has Six Flags Vallejo, but they had the Marine World Africa USA where like the dolphins and shit do the performance, and then they had the water park too, plus the amusement park. And then
that's a hell of a deal for $15 a month.
Oh, bro, then you can go to Magic Mountain, which is kind of by LA and Santa Clarita, and that's the dope one. They got everything. They got the Riddler's Revenge, Wonder Woman, Batman, Ninja, fuck, all the shit.
I remember do you remember? I mean, this was probably late 90s. Mid to late 90s when they came out with the Superman ride at Six Flags. Dog, I remember.
Oh yeah, I've been on it. That fucker's badass.
I remember when that shit was brand new, when it was gonna open. That was around one of the times we went because it was about to open, and then by the time we got there, we had like our summer vacation or whatever. We went, and it was dope because I have a gang of family that lives in LA. And then all of us that live here in town, we went, like me and all my cousins, my brother, we went, you know. So it was always a dope ass time. But I remember that was around the time they opened the Superman.
Right.
Yeah. And I still have never rode that shit. Fuck that.
Never?
No. Never rode it. Never. But anyway, Doug.
I have, dude. No, I like Superman. The one that fucked me up was the Wonder Woman because that thing was like a circle, like a disc. And the way that it levitated all crazy, you were damn near going up and down like this, bro. Like it was a circle and it spun on like an axis, but it had you like this, like you were upside down. It was wild. And that jacked me up. I got a headache from that one. But all the other ones, no, I like the Rush. That's just dope.
You know what I used to love as a kid that I fucking hate now as an adult? Do you remember, was it the Gravitron?
Yeah, no, I can't.
Shit that would have you stuck to the fucking wall the whole ride. And then, man, I just remember as a kid, I used to love that shit. And then there was a period where I rode it one time and it just made me want to throw up. And I was just like,
sick.
After that, but before that, Doug, I used to ride that shit like multiple times in a row.
So what was your favorite carnival ride besides the slides and the brown bags?
Probably the Zipper. I dug the
Zipper. Yeah, that was my shit. But you know what? The thing with carnivals though, like that, the Zipper was dope. But at a certain age, I had to quit riding and only fuck with like Six Flags because the tweak is heavy amongst those workers.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? Them motherfuckers been fucking stripping the same bolt for a month and a half already and shit. And now you're in the little cage.
Yeah, no, there was one also that was
or the ring.
I don't know how common it is, but we had one called the Hard Rock for a while. That it was like
Hard Rock Weekend.
It was, I don't know what it was. It was basically like these arms would come out of the ride, and it was basically like 2 soda cans that would like spin and shit. I thought that ride was fun as hell. I used to ride that shit over and over. But
did you ever go to the House of Mirrors, bro?
Yeah, dog. I remember I remember this past year, I was like, I wanted to go in there and fucking talk to the Mirrors manager. You know, I was upset because my daughter went in, she was running, fucking get busting her face all up in there.
Oh, that's great.
And she was like hauling ass, like, nah, fuck, you know, and then, and I was like, man, fuck this House of Mirrors. You know, I want to talk to Johnny Mirrors right now. I was like, it was different. When I was a kid, though, I remember I would go in them and shit because like my cousins and my brother would go in them and they would navigate through that shit like nothing, you know? Yeah. I hated it because I remember I was like, I try to put like my foot out first, like, hey, fuck that. I'm not hitting my face, you know? but they would fly through that shit. And I remember I was always more nervous because I was like, man, I don't want to slam my face against something. They'd be laughing at me and shit, you know.
No, hell no.
But it was, I did it. I just didn't like it.
Yeah, I didn't fuck with the mirrors too much.
So no, wait. I think we're talking about two different things. You're talking about the one where you'd walk in and then it was like would make you look all skinny or short and fat, huh?
I didn't like none of them.
I was thinking about the one where you walk in and it's like
and you're trying to get out.
Yeah. I was thinking about
I don't like that neither. Fuck that.
Yeah, I didn't like any of that shit.
Take me back to the zipper.
Exactly, the zipper was fun. I remember the first time I rode. Actually, the first time I rode the zipper ride was with my homie Johnny that we started the show with, you know. And we were in like 5th or 6th grade, and I remember we rode it, and I was like, "This shit was fuck." I thought it was fun as hell. So
yeah, fucking. Hey, didn't you hold that fucking pole back and you can just keep fucking rocking? You held the fucking lever.
Yeah. Hang on. The thing that always scared me about holding that fucking pole or whatever, that it was attached to the door,
it was like a brake.
Yeah. So I was like, if this shit breaks, I'm flying out with it. So what's the point of me holding it? So
no, there was a bar where you could control the rock of the cage.
I remember that.
It was like a lever, I thought, and you could pull it back, and then
I just remember the bar that would come that was attached to the door, and you would like rock that shit.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, I don't remember a separate bar though that would like,
or maybe that lever. Was it. I don't know. I just remember being able to rock it, and then you could hold it, and then you would freeze, and you give your momentum, and you go back in this, and you just keep trying to rock it till it flipped.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Anyway.
Any fucking hoots.
Anyways,
what the fucks? Air Monarchs coming to a store near you.
What else happened this week? I know Tom Brady got some surgery that everybody's talking about.
Did he get the surgery?
Well, everybody, that's the rumor right now, right? Tom Brady is walking around with a funny looking face. Let me see. What do you think about Rich tipping Rich went to a restaurant and tipped the fucking, like the 20-year-old host and got seated earlier than he was supposed to, and they were kind of spotting Covino were giving him a hard time, but I mean, I'm not hating on that, Hey,
bro, we just talked about Magic Mountain, right?
Yeah,
the fast pass is way more than just a regular ticket. I mean,
exactly.
Even at Magic Mountain in the Bay Area, I don't know if you've been to the Bay Area lately, but if you want to fucking drive in the fast lane, they charge you. It's about $3 per like fucking 8 miles or 5 miles or whatnot. VIP, you go to a fucking airplane, you want to sit in fucking first class, they charge you for it. Everything like that costs a little extra.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, Doug. I dig it because I'm thinking, hey, you know what? If you want to, give this dude like 20 extra bucks, hey, you know what? And then it helps you sit quicker. You have your dinner quicker. You're enjoying your company. Why not? If you can, give them the extra $20 or $40 or whatever it takes to get you seated a little more quickly. Do it.
Oh, it's the service industry, and the thing is, like, I used to deliver pizzas for Me and Ed's Pizza. Excuse me, that was my first job.
I remember a story about somebody leaving their car or having their pizza and falling asleep, or
that's Haraj. Yeah. We got him cheaped. Anyway, he's like, my friend, I fell asleep, my friend. Anyways, but Me and Ed's, you think that we didn't deliver first? Every driver I ever worked with at every location, at every pizza parlor, if you don't think that the people who tip more got number one priority, there were times that I would take 4 or 5 different deliveries at one time. If they were close enough, sometimes 6. I don't give a shit if that pizza was the first out of the oven or it was the last. If I knew they were tipping me $5 at the time, they got their shit first. Everyone else went around that, bro. And it's the way that it is. So yeah, I'm down with that. You take care of people, they take care of you, bro. That's the golden rule in life.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's something. I mean, I know we disagree with Rich Davis a lot on here, but that's something where I'm like, hey, if you can, if you can do it, why not? That's what I figure. Why not? Something happened this past week to Covino and Jordan that I'm like, Doug, how people say just my fucking luck, right? And isn't it Covino and Jordan's luck that
Covino's luck for sure?
They would have tickets to the Bachelor or Bachelorette or whatever it was, not go to the show because of a prior, obligation. And that day, the Bachelor or Bachelorette gives out a free cruise to everybody in the audience.
That's some boo-boo. That's boo-boo.
That sucks, man. That's where you're like, come on now. Like,
I would have been hotter than fish grease if I fucking missed that.
You know, yeah, that's just something where it's kind of like I don't know if a cruise would be my fucking jam.
That's mine. I'm going in 48 days with the fellas.
You know, I don't know. Maybe it would be. I don't know. I don't know if it
Cruises
would
are
be. I've
dope,
never
bro.
been on one, so I don't know if it'd be
Oh,
dope.
you'd like
Um,
it. You like to
but
drink?
yeah, of course,
Are you down for like 2-3 day benders where you just that's all you do?
of course.
Bro, you wake, that's it, the cruise, because you're so hungover and you're on a boat and half the time you're on water and it doesn't dock. So you get up and you start having beers in the morning, Bloody Marys, Coronas, whatever you want. You start at what, 10, 11, 12, whenever you crawl your ass out of bed. You drink them till it's nap time, bro.
And
You
what
take a
do they
nap,
have like casinos? Do they have like what
bro.
is it that they have in there that you're
Yes,
doing?
they have casino. They have casino with table games, craps, fucking slot machines, blackjack tournaments. They have comedy shows at night, kind of R rated at 9X, well, not X, but like RR rated at 11. They
Mm.
have celebrity game show bullshits during the day. They've got Guy Fieri's burger joint, Shaquille O'Neal's fucking chicken place, all this shit, bro. 3 times a day they open for a couple hours at a time, and you just walk up and eat, bro. Pick what you want, come back second, thirds, fourths, eat part of your plate, don't eat your plate, bro. They got sports bars where they have all the games on. They have like a cocktail. They have all bars everywhere. They've got basketball courts, water slides, pools, jacuzzis, fucking tennis courts. Fuck, some of them bro. They got everything. They got a gym up top, a spa, a salon. They got everything, bro. Everything. Every little thing they got on that boat. It's a
And
mini city, bro.
so you said you're going. You don't have to share if you don't want to, but if you
October 14th, join me. Carnival Inspiration. Come kick it with Cuckoos. And a couple of my Stizzy homies. Sammy will be there. Miguel will be there.
oh, they're going too.
Oh, yeah. Red Johnson will be there. Mito will be there. And so will Alex. So we're mobbing 6 deep.
That'll be fun. That'll be super dope, dog. I think that'll be awesome.
Oh, me and Mito are vets, bro. We don't went on there all kind of time, and we act up, bro. We got lap dances. We end up in fucking rooms. Mito one time went out wandering at like 3 a.m, bro, and got lost. And like we stay in the fifth floor, the cheap rooms. That's where we're at. So you can bump music, take your little Bluetooth speaker. Well, one time we went and we were bumping music, and we got to know the lady and her daughter across the hall. Right, it was a mom daughter, and they went on like a cruise together.
Mm-hmm.
And anyways, fucking, we just, say hi, a little exchange pleasantries, coming and going, because you see everyone. The more days you're on there, the more times you see them. Like, you see them, bro. You see them. You ain't going nowhere. 2,000 people on a boat, right? You're going to see them all 20 times a day unless they're stuck in their room. So Mito goes, Cuzzo, okay, I was done drinking for the night. So he goes back out and he's faded, bro. He didn't even know how to get back to the room. And the people across the hall found him and walked him back to the room and like crazy shit, dude. We done some crazy shit. We almost missed the boat one time. It was me, Mito, and Tip Dog, and we were in Ensenada, and we were partying. And I got a fucking call on my cell phone, and they're like, Mezzacapa, Magani, and Tipton. I'm like, yeah. They're like, well, we're waiting for you to leave. And we fucking, some dude ran red lights, bro. We're drinking beers in the car. They pull up right by the Carnival fucking guard station. We hop out, we go on the boat, and fucking we're in.
Damn. So okay, so on these cruises, you're making, that's what I heard Rich say as well. You're making multiple stops. So you mob around, you dock
Depends
for a
on
while,
the cruise.
and then you mob around and then you dock, or
depends on the cruise. So yeah, if you take like a 7-day Mexico from LA to Mexico cruise, yeah, it'll probably hit Cabo, Acapulco, maybe Puerto Vallarta, maybe Ensenada, and come back. It'll be like, so you'll hit those in like 2 or 3 days, and then you'll have like 4 days on the water. But the ones that we do, it's just Ensenada, and if you take the 4-day one, it's Catalina Island. And so usually on those, you have 2 full days on the water, bro, which basically means you ain't getting off that motherfucker.
Yeah.
And there ain't nothing to do but party, drink, and fuck around and hang out, dude.
Yeah, that sounds cool. And
we burn, we'll
so
take our pens or whatever, and oh yeah, it's over.
So you end up docking and then fucking mobbing around, going to the city.
And here's my itinerary. Let me tell you our itinerary.
All right, let me hear it.
So Friday the 14th, this fucking boat leaves at like 5:30 at night. And you can get on it at like noon. As soon as you get on it, it's free food. You can just start grubbing, right? So you got to pay for your bottled water, you got to pay for soda, but coffee, tea, and juice, all free, food free. So you get on, right? It docks at, it leaves at 5:30. And then this is a 2-day cruise. So this is a little shorty, but dude, it cost me and Mito $215 each. and we get $100 worth of cruise money each when we get on the boat. So really, it's $115.
Yeah.
Right. Least Friday at 5:30 p.m. All night long you're cruising. So we're gonna rage that night. So we're gonna start partying 5-6 o'clock on Friday. Probably go to sleep at like 2 or 3 on fucking Friday morning. Well, at 6 a.m. it docks in Ensenada. So we're gonna be hungover as fuck. Get up, get off the boat, go to Ensenada. It's there from they're at 8 a.m. From 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So you probably make it to Ensenada about 11, 12 o'clock. Rage till 4 or 5. Go back to the boat. You got a choice to make. Either you take a nap and power back up at like 8, 9 o'clock and rage for the rest of the night, or you just keep the party going, bro. And I'm probably going to keep the party going because so you get back on the boat at like 5, you got dinner or whatnot. But then the next morning at 7 a.m., you're back in fucking Long Beach.
Well, that sounds dope, dog. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it one day. But
you can slide into one of our rooms.
One day I'll do it.
Fly to Long Beach.
One day, fly to Long Beach, dog. It sucks because like my airport here is like quote unquote international airport, right? Dog, there ain't nothing international about that shit. Like I remember I looked at a flight from Yuma to Tucson. So to drive, it's about 3 hours, right? 3.5 if you're going the speed limit, but it's about 3 hours. If you want to fly over there, it's easily 5 hours. Because you have to go from Yuma to Sky Harbor, from Sky Harbor in Phoenix to Tucson. And it's like, the fuck? Because one day I go, you know what? I drive over there. It's a quick little 3-hour drive. It's not bad, right?
Right.
But I go, if it's a 3-hour drive, what is it, like a 45-minute flight? So I looked and I was like, what the fuck? It's going to take me 5 hours to fly? Never mind. No. So, yeah, maybe I'll look at Yuma to Long Beach. They might have one.
Hey, because even me and Tip Dog are going to that Raider game. And so the only reason I'm flying, because I can get to Vegas from here in like 5 or 6 hours, but you got to be at the airport like an hour and a half early each way. Yeah. So there's fucking an hour and a half each way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the flight itself is an hour. So it's 2.5 versus 5 or 6. But I keep seeing on TikTok, they're working on the fucking I-10 or the I-15 from Vegas to LA, and there's 12-hour wait time. So I'm only flying, so I don't have to drive through that bullshit.
Yeah. One of the good things though about our little ass airport is that if you fly out of Yuma to wherever, you don't have to be there an hour and a half early. You could be there, Doug, like literally 15 minutes. You go through the fucking quick little TSA check and shit, and it's like real quick. So, and I think on our flight from Yuma to, where do we fly? We flew from Yuma to Texas, and it was probably 13 or less of us on the jet that flew out of here. So I was like, hey, it's almost like a private jet, right? It was like 13 of us. It was me, my daughter, and my girl. We fucking had like rows and rows to ourselves. Like it was super dope. So that's one. If you're gonna make a quick little flight, like a couple of states over or whatever, it is pretty dope. But if you're gonna fly within the same state, unless you're going to Phoenix, then you might as well just drive.
No, and for me, like I was telling you, in regards to talking to Spotty about flying to Bora Bora, I don't like to fly. So if it's 3 hours, I'm just driving, number one. You know what I'm saying? Number two, fucking if I have to avoid one of the fucking flights, I want a nonstop if possible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So straight out. But I lived in a couple towns. I lived in McKinleyville and it was like that. And I lived in Coos Bay and it was like that. Because they're so small, you had to take it from the small ass city to the big ass city. Then they get to the city you want.
I just remembered something, Doug. But anyway,
wash your butt.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that's where we're at. Are we there right now?
I think so.
I think so.
Take time to wash our butt.
Any shout outs you want to give this week? I know we had a lot of people that were chiming in and shit. A lot of people showing love. So anybody want to say what's up to?
I forgot who it was, but they called you Daniel Javier Fingers.
What? I don't even know.
Instead of feet, it was fingers.
Somebody said that, huh?
Yeah, Daniel Javier Fingers.
Who the fuck? I don't know who that was, but shout out to them talking all their shit.
But shout out to all my people: Stickman, Bobby Tipton, Tip Dog, Woodchuck, fucking Columbo, fucking B.
Riles. Doug, you know what's dope is that I was talking to somebody and they were like, they were saying that our show is part of their weekly just listen. You like for me, I'm like, okay, Sunday night, I know Pod Meets World, which is the Boy Meets World podcast, is going to come out. I know Kill
Bro,
Tony.
you don't really listen to that shit, do you?
It's fucking dope. Pod Meets World, they have Topanga, Eric, and Sean talking about.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's fucking awesome. They talk about their experience on the show and shit. So Sunday nights, Pod Meets World comes out. I know Kill Tony comes out, the best fucking stand-up comedy fucking podcast in the world. That shit's on. So they were telling me they have their shit. That one. So you've never heard Kill Tony? It's fucking awesome, dog. Here's the concept. Oh, speaking of which,
awesome stuff.
Fucking this week, Black Adam called in, and he said he was mumbling a little bit because I'm sure he was faded, but he was like, "I'm gonna."
In relation to Black Ice,
he said, Black Adam said, "I'm gonna put my name in for Kill Tony when he's in Nashville or some shit, right?"
Okay.
And Cavino and Rich were like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Because he said, "I'm gonna put my name in the bucket." So let me give you a quick little rundown about Kill Tony. If you love stand-up comedy, you'll fucking love Kill Tony. He don't need my promotion, but this shit's dope because what he does is you go to Kill Tony, right? And you're like, hey, I'm going to watch the show. But what you could do is say you have a minute of comedy. You write your name on a little piece of paper. They put all the names in a bucket, and that's how they do the show. He has a few regulars.
It's only for a minute?
So check it out. He has a few regulars that will come out and do their minute.
But your routine only has to be a minute?
It only has to be a minute.
Oh, and I can crush that.
It's so funny because there's people that will come out, dog, and they'll be like, "Oh, we have Ben from North Carolina."
Like Home Depot, 5 cents a screw.
Dog, he'll be like, "We have Ben from North Carolina or whatever, right?" And then he'll come up and be like, "Hey, what's up, everybody?" Fuck. Because they'll just freeze, or they'll have people come up and in that 1 minute, dog, they fucking crush like 6 jokes, bam, 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 right? And so, and it's cool because sometimes he'll have somebody that will come on there like that and fucking bomb, where he's like, they're like, hey, so my friend, I'm gonna check it.
All right, I'm sold, bro.
And they'll have somebody bomb, and then he'll ask them, hey, how long have you been doing comedy? Because after their minute, he does a little interview, right? Okay. So he'll say, hey, how long have you been in comedy? Dog, there's some people that will come out, they were less than, funny. They were like as least funny as you can be. And he'll be like, hey, how long have you been in comedy? He's thinking, oh, this is my first time, or I've been doing it for 6 months or whatever.
All right, bro. I downloaded it. I got you. I trust you.
There's people that will say, I've been doing it for 10 years. And you're all, 10 years and you didn't have a minute of fucking comedy, Well, anyway, fucking so Black Adam's gonna go to a show and put his name in the hat. So hopefully we hear him. If we do, we'll have to record it and send it to Cavino and Rich. But
yeah, BA.
But anyway, I gotta give my shout outs, gotta give, of course, shout outs to all the listeners that we always give shout outs to, but also gotta say what's up to fucking Angel Hernandez, Sarah Fitch, Plain Boy, everybody that fucking listens. So everybody that listens, that was, we just appreciate it. So make sure you tell your friends.
All of you guys. Yeah, and Daniel knows all that because he runs the social. So I don't, and I apologize. You guys want to hit me up, but we appreciate the hell out of everybody. Thank you for supporting our dumbasses.
Yeah. So shout out to everybody. We appreciate it. We will see you guys. I'm sure Baseline Trey is going to come and rock us out, right? He's going to fucking. So we appreciate everybody that's been listening. Make sure you tell your friends, tag a friend in the episodes, and leave your shit in the comments. Let us know shit you hated, shit you loved, shit you everything. We always get the love from I'm Key and fucking Dirk Schatz and Carl Reinhardt. They always share the love on social. Funky Monkey this week was putting, social media posts where she was wearing our after show shirts. So, shout out to everybody, tag your friends, share it with them. If they, want to pass some time at work, go ahead and share with them. So after show, but later episode number 144 at AfterShowBL across all social media at Al Kukui 805. Or what is it? Is it what?
I don't know, bro.
One of those. Look for it in our descriptions.
Al Kukui 805s.
So Al Kukui 805. Find him on social media.
Underscore 805.
Underscore 805. So do you have any parting words before we leave?
No, I'd rather part some cheeks.
All right. So parting cheeks, parting words, El Kukui, Daniel, Javier, Fizz.
For now, we're parting ways.
But later, episode number 144. We will see you guys in the next episode. Baseline Trey. Let's go.
On the road to the riches, cause it's all about the paper. Now buckle up your seats and prepare for the journey. Let the music ease your soul, grab a spliff and start burning. Relax with us and take a trip to the heavens. And come and spend a day in the 757.